Good morning. My name is Raman Kumar. I am working as an assistant professor in the mechanical department in Amritsar Group of Colleges, Amritsar. Today I am going to explain the two-stroke IC engine of diesel and petrol engine. Okay. So first of all, what is two-stroke engine? So look at here the working of the two-stroke engine. The two-stroke engine which has two ports. One is exhaust port and another one is your inlet port. So look at here. This is your inlet port and this is your exhaust port. In this case, look at here. Why it is called port? Because these ports are present on the side of this cylinder. That's why this is known as port. Okay. If this valve is present or on the bow of this cylinder head. Like in four-stroke engine, we will mostly use the valve, and in two-stroke engine, we will mostly use this port. Under which your piston, so look at here, this is your piston. This is your piston, and this piston is connected with the, and this is the crankcase. Look at here, this is the crankcase. Lower part is known as the crankcase. Okay. And from crankcase, and this is the transfer port. This is the transfer port. Transfer port. This is the transfer port. Okay. Above, if this is a petrol engine, then spark plug will be. So during compression stroke, when it is moving upside, look at here, when it is moving upper side from bottom dead center to top dead center, then your inlet port will be open. So your new fresh charge will be come inside into this crankcase. Okay, when it is moving upper side from bottom dead center to top dead center, and it will cover the exhaust port. Okay, when it will cover the exhaust port and compress the charge which is already present above this cylinder. So here the charge is compressed and your this transfer port will be closed in this case. Okay, after compression, then ignition will be there. When ignition will be there, again your charge will, because your inlet port will be open, fresh charge is coming inside into this crankcase. So this is your crankcase. This is your crankcase. And this bigger end of a connecting rod is connected to the crank. So this is the crank and this is your crankshaft. Crankshaft. This is your crankshaft. Okay. So look at here. This connecting rod is connecting both the piston and the crankshaft. Okay. Both the so with the help of this connecting rod, both the piston and crank is connected, and it will convert the reciprocating connecting rod, convert the reciprocating motion into the rotary motion with the help of this connecting rod. Okay. So look at here, when it then ignition after compression stroke, ignition with second stroke, ignition will be there. Again charge is coming inside into this crankcase. When it is moving down side, so look at here, when it is moving down side, when it will reach here, your this exhaust port will be open and inlet port will be closed. In this case, inlet port will be closed when your piston is moving down side. Okay, when it is moving down side, okay. So look at here, the burnt gases will flow to the atmosphere when the exhaust port will be open. So in this case, when it is moving, your piston is moving down side, then it will compress the charge which is already present in the crankcase. This is already present in the crankcase. And when it is moving down side, your transfer port will be open. So it will pushes the charge air fuel mixture to the supply to the cylinder through this transfer port. Why? Because when it is moving down side, then your transfer port will be open and your fresh new charge will be supplied inside the cylinder. So when it is entering inside the cylinder, the head of the piston is like a crown. So look at here, it is like a crown. When the fresh charge is entering, it will pushes the remaining burnt gases to the atmosphere. Then it will pushes the burnt gases remaining to the atmosphere. So this type of process, when it will pushes when fresh charge entering inside the cylinder and pushes the burnt gases to the atmosphere. This process is known as sequencing process. So in this case, look at here, in this case, in every revolution of the crank there will be one power stroke, but in case of 4-stroke engine, 2 revolution of crank will be there to complete one cycle. But in case of 4-stroke engine, 2 revolution of crank will be there, but in case of 2-stroke engine only 1 revolution of crank will be there. So in every revolution of crank there will be a power stroke, but in case of 4-stroke engine 2 revolution of crank will be there to produce 1 power stroke. So this is the main difference between 2-stroke and 4-stroke engine. Okay, so now I am going to explain with the help of this cut section model. So look at here, we have 2 cut section model. One model is used, this is a 2-stroke engine for petrol engine, and this model is a 2-stroke engine for diesel engine. So look at here, so what is the difference between the two? Look at here, in petrol engine spark plug will be there, and in case of a diesel engine 1 injector will be there. So in this case diesel engine fuel is supplied with the help of this fuel pump. So this is fuel pump, and this is the camshaft. Look at here, this is the camshaft which is used for opening and closing the inlet and outlet valve. And look at here, this is the connecting rod. This is the connecting rod, and this is the piston which is reciprocating inside the cylinder. This is the piston which is connected to the connecting rod. Small end is connected to the piston with the help of this pin. This pin is known as gudgeon pin, and bigger end is connecting to the crank with the help of this pin. This pin is known as crank pin, and this is the crankshaft. At the end of this crank shaft there is a flywheel which is used to absorb energy and release energy, So look at here, and in case of petrol engine, so look at it, this is the carburetor. This is the carburetor through which air fuel mixture is supplied inside the cylinder through the inlet port. Okay, so 2 port is there. This is inlet port and this is the exhaust port. And this blue line, this is the transfer port. And lower this area, this is the crankcase. This is the crankcase area, and this is the crank and crankshaft. Okay, so look at here. The movement of the piston. Now look at the movement of the piston. Piston is moving up and down. Look at here, and it will convert the reciprocating motion of this piston to the rotary motion with the help of this crankshaft. Okay, now with the help of this crankshaft. Now look, when the piston is moving from bottom dead center to the top dead center. Look at here. When the piston is moving from bottom dead center to the top dead center, first it will cover the inlet valve, then it will cover your exhaust port. This is your inlet port and this is your exhaust port. And when it will reach the top dead center, then it will fully cover the exhaust port and your inlet port will be open, and fresh charge will be coming inside this crankcase area. Okay, and the charge which is already present above this piston, that will be compressed. After compression, sparking will be there with the help of this spark plug. When sparking will be there, it will put a thrust on the piston head, and your piston will start moving to the downward side. Okay, when it will moving downward side, then first it will cover the inlet port, then your exhaust port will be open. First exhaust port, and your exhaust port will be open, and it will throw the exhaust gases to the atmosphere. Okay, and when your piston is moving from top dead center to the bottom dead center, the charge which is already present in the crankcase, that will be compressed, and it will supply that charge to the cylinder through this transfer port. Because when your piston is moving from top dead center to bottom dead center, when it is reached to the bottom dead center, the transfer port will be open and fresh charge will enter inside the cylinder. So look at here, the head of this piston is chrome type. Okay, when fresh charge is entering, it will pushes the flue gases, remaining gases, to the atmosphere. Okay, so in this case, this process, when it will pushes the gases to the atmosphere, this process is known as scavenging process. So in this case, two-stroke engine, in every revolution of the crank, there will be a power stroke. There will be a power stroke, but in case of four-stroke engine, revolution of crank will be required to complete one cycle, but in case of two-stroke engine, only one revolution of crank is required to complete the cycle. Okay, so there will be in every revolution of crank in two-stroke engine, there will be a one power stroke. So this is all about two-stroke engine. Okay, thank you.